Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Smash for Monday, January 16th, 2023. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
It's so great to be back.
I'm so glad that you're up and running. It's shocking, actually.
Feeling much better.
Wow.
My ribs still hurt. They're still broken, but I can stand and sit more easily now. And it doesn't.
You were like excruciating pain. I've never seen anyone like that.
How about like you accidentally touched that area and I like screamed. Yeah.
Ah! Like, oh my God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was touch and go literally for a while.
Holy moly! I'm like really like I was.
You were really upset.
I was scared. I was like,
and then I felt bad, and I was like, babe, I'm sorry. It just, you know, it really hurts.
No, that's not how it went down.
Oh.
Nope, didn't go down that way. He was out of it on pain meds, and I went to push him up, and like this. And, you know, like when you're laying in bed, you don't know what right or left is. I mean, I don't even know what right or left is right now. I mean, I know this is my right hand, this is my left, but I didn't realize I went to help him, like, up and...
Pressed right on the broken ribs.
I go, this is my broken rib. I go, I didn't know. He goes, you didn't know where my broken ribs were? And I'm like, he goes, the passenger seat went here. I'm like...
Driver's door... hits me here, but whatever. Like I understand.
Well, that actually made me more mad. Do you guys get it? Like when someone's sick and you're trying to take care of them, and then they complain. It's really hard for the caretaker, by the way.
I know that. I did a story on that one.
Shut up.
I did. I did a story about taking care of the caretaker.
Shut up.
I swear to you.
You're lying.
No, there was a whole thing. There was this whole organization devoted to providing care for caretakers.
Shut up.
I swear to you. Because they would go and spend all day taking care of sick people and then go home and have to take care of their family. And the family had no idea what they were going through and how all day they've been dealing with someone who was in, dire straits and needed help. And those people were never getting help for their own feelings and their own...
Okay, well, I need a drink right now.
Okay.
I don't know what this is.
Oh, it hurts when I laugh. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
What is that?
Okay, don't... You asked for it.
It was right there. Like, can I taste that? Woo!
If you haven't checked out our show on patreon.com, the Rick and Kelly Show, you should go check it out.
I will not drink this. Thank you very much.
It's longer, uncensored, unfiltered, and commercial-free, and we do it every week. There are 73 episodes now, including last week's when we went into
I have my water.
A lot of detail about the accident. Didn't we? Was that last week?
What the heck is that right there?
That is bourbon. No, it's whiskey.
Oh!
I never can tell the difference between Scotch, bourbon, and whiskey, and I know there are fine lines between them.
I was just like
Some of you probably know. So check out our show on patreon.com. It starts at $5 to join, and it's it's totally worth it. It's a great show. Also, if you haven't subscribed here yet, please hit that subscribe button and
ring the bell and do a thumbs up.
Yeah, we're over 32,000 subscribers
Yay!
now.
Yay! Thank you, everybody.
We're growing very fast. And if you want to hear some amazing behind-the-scenes stories of my 35-year reporting career, this book is now available on Amazon for pre-order. It comes out in 8 days. Chasing Catastrophe. My 35 years covering breaking news, terror attacks, wars, etc. And there's a lot of cool behind-the-scenes stuff there. So I hope you'll order it. We've already sold a lot of books already.
Oh, I know. I'm so happy.
I'm really excited and proud of it.
Everyone goes, do you have a ghostwriter? I'm like, no, he's a writer. You're legit smart guy.
Thank you. Thank you. I dedicated it to you.
Dedicated to the one I love?
Yeah. So, of course, most of you know I had a horrific accident last week on the I10 eastbound, about 30 minutes outside of Palm Springs. But there's a story that I haven't told yet about that day, and I thought we should tell it.
Okay. I know. I want everyone to hear.
It's about instinct and premonition. So that morning, I actually left here in my car, my two-door Mercedes SL550. I loaded it up, hit the road. It was raining hard. And I got on the ramp to get on the 73, the first exit to get on the 73, then to get on the 55. And I lost control of my car. Going up the ramp, spun, freaked me out.
You told me it was an SL550, right? Yeah. Convertible, little car.
Yeah, my two-door, yeah. I spun out and it freaked me out. That's never happened to me before. growing up on the East Coast, I drove in the rain all the time. And I don't know, we keep hearing there's a big difference on West Coast highways because it never rains here. So when it does, the highways are a lot slicker from the oil and gas and grease on the roads. It pops up and it just makes a lot of slick spots. Unlike the East Coast where it rains all the time and it's not as slippery. So anyway, I drove right back home. I was so freaked out that I lost control of my car. And I was like, well, I'll take Kelly's car. It's a 4-door. It's much heavier and I thought more stable in the rain. So I unloaded my car, loaded your car. And before I left, it was raining hard. And I'd just been through that weirdness. And I almost didn't go. Because I had a bad feeling. And you said something about instinct.
Well, I'll never forget that movie with the girl with the dragon tattoo. When that guy had a premonition of not to go in there, and he said, and he was in there, and he's like, something told you not to go in there, right? And he was like, yeah. And he goes, it's funny. Most people don't listen to their instincts. It always kind of resonated with me. I don't know why, but people need to pay attention more to their instincts. I think it's like angels around you, talking to you, telling you what to do and what not to do. And a lot of us know our instincts and we don't listen to them. I think we need to be more in tuned to our instincts, and because it is angels around us telling us what not to do. And if you would have listened to your instinccts.
And if I would have listened to you, reminding me not to drive so fast. Not that I was speeding, but clearly I was going too fast for the conditions.
Speed all the time.
When it's not raining.
Well, no. So we went to LAX and had Max, Joey's boyfriend, came and he dropped us off. And he was speeding so fast, and that one spot with the fog was thick, and it kept saying that the signs kept saying speed kills, speed kills. I drive like a grandma. I've never had a speeding ticket in my life. Ever in my life. Honestly, like I'm very, very scared of
I've gotten a lot of tickets. I've gotten out of a lot of tickets.
But I'm saying speed
But that was different because we were trying to make a flight. Like I felt like I couldn't go super slow because we would have missed our
But you couldn't
plane.
see. It's just easier for everybody to be slow and cautious and to listen to your instincts.
I now see the light. I do.
At 63 years old.
Yeah, well, I mean, it took a traumatic experience for me to do it. And I regret what happened. And I'm going to do everything I can to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Thank you. Can you drive normal now with me?
Yes, normal.
I mean,
Better than normal.
You guys don't understand how many fights that we get into.
Well,
like I scream.
We're not going to get in any more fights because I'm not going to drive like that anymore.
The way you drive. And my girlfriend and I, Jody, had lunch today at Neiman Marcus. And she's like, I was on edge when he was driving when we went to Santa Barbara together. Like you scared the holy crap out of us.
I've apologized repeatedly, and I'm saying again, it's not going to happen anymore.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coming up this afternoon, on this afternoon show, we're going to show you a video of Kelly and her girlfriend. Well, actually, you did the taping.
Yeah.
They taped my ribs. They followed this YouTube video. It's pretty funny. And you get to see my back, my naked back.
Sexy.
I'm a little overweight right now. Almost 1,000 comments from Friday's show. So many of you offering prayers and really kind messages of support. It meant so much to both of us, including from Vicky Latkovic. So very thankful you're on the mend, Rick. Sending prayers for a speedy recovery. Kelly, no matter what is said about you, you're an amazing, caring person and wife.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's true. Shelly M said, scary. So glad to hear you survived. Makes me want to buy a Mercedes. And I want to give a shout out to Mercedes because I do believe that car saved my life.
Yes.
Very, very well built.
Actually, after the guy from that wrecking thing said, if it was any other car, you would have been dead.
Yeah, he said the roof would have been sheared right off. Nancy Brazoka said, wow, God was watching over you, wishing you a speedy recovery. And Drew Hay said, so glad to see both of you back on the Smash. Life can change so quickly, makes you really appreciate things you normally take for granted. Thanks for sharing your experience.
That's so true.
So true.
So true. You know, it's just so nice hearing these comments and reading them. I had a million of them. I couldn't really respond to all of them, but
we do read
nice.
Them. Yeah.
Like, you guys are so kind and generous. And actually, we learn a lot from you.
It's true.
A lot.
See, Cat 5298 said, scary stuff, thank goodness you're fine. It doesn't rain much in California, so when it does, those roads are very slick from the oils.
Yeah.
And then Jan Fontana, oh my God, just now hearing this horrible story. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, you're okay. How scary. I was in an accident in my Corvette, head on. I know the feeling, Rick. It's so horrendous. So thankful you're here with us.
Ooh.
You know what that made me think of? How many people get in accidents every day?
Every day.
And you never think about what happened to that driver and how they're doing.
Yeah.
The pain they're in, the recovery time.
So I just want to say, as a public service announcement, we were going to get some matzo ball soup at Gary's Deli right on PCH. And my girlfriend calls me Jody, and she lives right off the street. And she goes, oh my God, I heard a big, huge bang. I just got done watching the David Chappelle show down in Anaheim Stadium. And she went down there and she said, oh my God, a horrific car crash. Well, we went there.
It was a
so we went down to get matzo ball soup, and the whole, like, Gary's Deli was all boarded up. And the woman that owns the place came to me. She's like, oh my God, Kelly, like, you gotta see these pictures. She's like, a 21-year-old girl was driving a 19-year-old coming out of Muldoon's, which is like an Irish pub, and was wasted, hammered, hit the pole light, spun around, and went into Gary's Deli, whatever. I mean, but anyway, like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course, the drunk driver always lives. The poor 19-year-old killed. And
now this young girl has to live the rest of her life, much of it probably in prison. And I'm sure every day she's going to be thinking about
It's not only about being. We don't know. It could be 5 years, could be 10 years for manslaughter. We don't know.
But she snuffed out a life. Her friend's family they've lost their daughter,
and now she's going to have a
record.
A record. She's going to have she probably won't even be able to ever have a job. She ruined her whole entire life at 21 by doing something so stupid. And so if anybody out there has a 20-year-old or in college, or anyone could listen to this, just get an Uber. Just get an Uber home. There's no reason to drink and drive. I mean, back in the 1990s when we did it, like, we all did it because there was no taxis or in Arizona or Ubers, but just don't get behind the wheel. It's just, honestly, it will ruin your life and your kid's life. It's just, if you guys have children, have them watch this, and it will.
Okay.
Okay.
Funny text you got from your friend Mike.
Mike Stout.
He said, Rick has had an amazing broadcasting career on a major news network where he was frequently on air, and now is described in media as Kelly Dodd's husband. It's okay. I know she's more famous than me.
No. What about Foster when we watched that documentary?
David Foster?
David Foster has done a million. He's like the best singer-songwriter, player, whatever. History, and he's known as Yolanda's husband.
Yolanda? You mean
from the Housewives of Beverly Hills?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know him as that because I didn't watch that show.
Now you do.
But it's amazing how many hundreds of texts we got, messages of love and support and prayers, and one person who did not send anything, didn't reach out in any way, was your former really good friend, Shannon.
Yeah. Shannon Bedore did not say anything. I even got a text message from Vicki Gunvalson, Margaret Josephs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so many people from Dallas. I mean, so many. Like, the amount of people that have reached out to me is so unbelievable, and so grateful, and so caring, and so nice. And
here's somebody who used to talk to you every day, and I understand that she got mad at you and
Shannon
me.
got mad. Okay, so
but we apologize. We don't have to go through the whole story again. The point is that we apologize, and she never ever responded.
No.
And this would have been a great time for her to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, more to that point, you showed me this thing from Bravo
Cocktails.
Bravo and Cocktails of John Jansen out on a date with some chick, a quiet woman, and You knew all about it weeks earlier and didn't say a thing.
December 17th, I get a text from my girlfriend, Christina. He's out with another girl.
That was a month, almost a month ago.
A month ago. Now, all of a sudden, now she's saying a week, Shannon's saying a week ago. And she says, laugh out loud, for your eyes only. He saw me taking a picture, and
John was at the bar with some woman, and he confirmed to her that he had broken up with Shannon. That was over a month ago, and Kelly and I discussed talking about it, and we decided not to.
Well, I decided not to. I said, I'm not going to do this, and said they are done. And well, anyway, so this is the text message. I knew about this a month ago. She comes out with it because she thought that for some reason they were going to get back together. But
it's important to point out that you protected her.
Yeah, I didn't say anything.
Didn't say anything.
No, and I knew. So that relationship to me was a fake one. I think it was not a real relationship. And so when I said something that I've never ever divulged anything that she has told me about herself or personally, I know a lot of stuff about her, but I knew this wasn't a real relationship. It really wasn't. I don't know if it was for cameras. Everything on that show and everybody on there is fake. And you know what? To me, Shannon, I thought she was my friend. She's a self-serving person. I said I was sorry for divulging her fake boyfriend, what he said about Eddie and Terry DeBro, because that's what he said. Right. And I just wanted to preface that, like, they are pieces of crap. And, you know, I said, sorry, I didn't say anything that you said, but it just goes to show you this show is fake and everybody on there is fake and they're all about themselves. And there's no real true friendships on that show at all. Like zero.
Okay. There you have it. In the news now.
In the news.
Take a look at this picture.
Those are worms.
They are
maggots.
This is the yellow mealworm species, Tenebrio molitor. An IUPUI-led study finds the insect could serve as a good alternate protein source. Have you ever had a beetle burger? Would you eat a beetle burger?
If I was starving, perhaps.
Beetle burgers could soon reach mass production, helping to feed the world. Mixed with sugar, the beetles supposedly taste just like real meat.
Ew.
They could also become alternatives to sausages or chicken nuggets. I don't want to know if I'm eating a beetle burger. There's a French biotech company planning a global network of insect farms, including nurseries and slaughterhouses. A pilot plant has already been set up in I don't speak French, in France. Unlike the livestock industry where rearing is typically separate, the entire bug-based operation is under one roof. Full control of production, quality, security, and safety. Robot arms and automated conveyor belts transport stacks of red trays in every direction. They are filled with billions of Tenebrio molitor beetle larvae. The dried critters are more than 50% protein and rich in fiber and fats as well.
Okay, so, well, if it's good for you, why not? I think a mushroom, like those little portobello mushrooms, kind of taste like meat.
Kinda.
Yeah.
If you doctor them up. They say they can be turned into protein powders, shakes, burgers, cereal bars, and even cooking oils at a fraction of the environmental cost of traditional farming. 98% less land used. They emit 40 times less carbon than beef. Also uses 40 times less water than pork production.
Well, think about it. It's probably like if it tastes just as good, think about it. Eating a pig, like a live pig that are really smart.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross. But we do it.
We do.
And like,
look at that.
Like a real animal, but those are insects. They're not like, they don't really have brains.
Right. It seems more humane.
Humane.
Are people going to get up in arms because we're eating larvae? We're eating worms?
Can't do anything.
And a very different story now. There's a glut of toys sparking massive discounts. The toy industry is in pain right now. Did you know that?
No, well, my ex-husband was the president of Leapfrog Kids Educational Toys, and I used to go to the factories where they were at. Barbie, do you know El Segundo is where Barbie is?
Did not know that.
Yeah, here in LA.
Well, apparently, the toy industry is plagued by a perfect storm. Cash-strapped consumers who have less disposable income for non-essential items, and a glut of toys that steadily built up last year, reaching a tipping point around the holidays. Stuck with more toys they can sell, retailers are cutting back on their toy purchases, and manufacturers are making fewer items. So there's a glut, prices are dropping, and they're making fewer toys now, and the industry is suffering. Yeah. Oh, we just said suffering at the same time.
You want me a Coke? Oh yeah.
There's a bunch of toys. So if you want toys, it's a good time to buy them.
It's like, it's so weird to see this. You know, have you ever been into a factory of like them making toys? It's so...
Not toys, I've been to other factories.
It's crazy. Like, you see, they're all like in white gloves, and I mean, they're like doing all kinds of stuff. And then to see have them shipped over to America, where like Amazon, like distribution centers are, they have all these like robots and machines, and like, it's a really neat thing. We should actually see if we can show everybody.
I want to do that.
You don't get to see that. It's something that I have seen that most Americans or people really haven't seen.
There's a big Amazon facility on the way out to the desert. I'm going to look into that.
There's a bunch of them. They're huge. There's big, huge distribution
Well, that one's pretty close, so maybe we can go.
Yeah.
Coming up this afternoon, Kelly's tape job on my busted ribs. Critics say a tribute statue to MLK looks like something a lot different. Plus that Heather Dubrow video of her leaving. What was that, Craig's?
Craig's.
When you hear it, you're going to be as disgusted as we were about her behavior. And our reel of the day, a wild ride that you don't want to miss this afternoon right here on YouTube. We appreciate you watching our Daily Smash. We hope you have a smashing day.
Have a smash-tastic day, my smashers.
And we'll see you back here in a few hours.
Bye, my smash-tastic loves.